Okay, I see a green box. I see a live counter ticking up. That means we are live. And that, of course, means welcome back to the Storytime Network. It is Saturday, and therefore, it is the Paradox Hour podcast. But.
Woo.
Huh? We're
Woo
talking
woo.
about Jujutsu Kaisen today. Specifically, Jujutsu Kaisen 0. I have to use that panda screenshot at every opportunity I can. Certainly when we're talking about Jujutsu Kaisen.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we are talking about Jujutsu Kaisen 0. We are oddly on the ball in that sense, in that it did pretty much just get released. I think it was on Wednesday.
Yeah, it got released
On Crunchyroll.
yeah.
I mean,
At least
obviously,
home release. It was released in theaters a while
yeah,
ago, but
obviously it was
that's
released
neither
in
here nor
theaters
there.
like, oh god, what was it, back April? Something
I
like
think it was
that?
like May, April or May, yeah.
Something like
Something
that,
like that.
yeah. And obviously it was released winter time in fucking Japan. Um,
I think it was their big Christmas release, yeah.
yeah. Let's see. Yeah, December 24th, 2021 in Japan. Let's see if it has anything. Oh wow, it was in March. Jesus, March.
Time fucking flies.
Yeah, jeez. That's the first movie I watched in fucking theaters since the pandemic.
Oh yeah, that's a long time to go without seeing movies.
Had my Jujutsu
I think
Kaisen
the
long
first
sleeve
movie
shirt.
wow. I think the first movie I saw in theaters after the pandemic started was Tenet.
Mm.
Tenet, rather.
Yeah, because Nolan wouldn't let
That
it
one
be
Chris
released
Nolan
anywhere
movie.
else.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate because it kind of fucking bombed in theaters.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because when the fuck was Tenet released? It was like,
Late 2020, like September or so.
yeah, like, still very much mid-pandemic.
Yeah, no, they tried to open theaters and it lasted for about a month and a half.
Yeah,
And they had to
I'm
shut
not
down
fucking
again.
surprised it bombed. Anyway, Jujutsu Kaisen 0. We will be talking about both the film and the manga. Um,
The manga is
periodically.
not nearly as fresh in my mind as the film is, if I'm being honest.
No, I mean the point of the manga is that it really was, it was a four-chapter series that Akutami wrote to basically get his foot in the door. Um,
Yeah.
in terms of Jump in general, not even Shonen Jump. I mean, he's even said that he had no intention of getting this series published in Jump. It was just, it was just meant to be something for him to write to, get his name out there. And then it got a big fucking reaction, and he was like, "Oh shit, maybe I can turn this into something."
Mm-hmm.
Um, and hey, he turned it into currently the second best-selling series in Jump.
What's the first? One Piece?
One Piece. It's always One Piece. I mean, I'll be honest. Jujutsu Kaisen might at the moment be like outselling One Piece on a volume by volume basis, but we all know that One Piece is going to win in the end.
I don't think any manga will ever surpass One Piece, at least in our lifetimes.
The issue is, and I was actually having a look at this because somebody did actually bring up basically talking about best-selling manga, and I had a look at the list. And the issue, let me just get that off because I was doing it on a different computer. Let's just scroll up there. Let's open this up. Yeah. The issue is that a lot of the other series that are around it, some of them don't sell nearly as well per volume. They just have a lot of fucking volumes. And then
Yeah,
you'll get
no.
and then you'll get, some series that sell, pretty much or close to as well in terms of per volumes. They just don't have as many. I mean,
Mm,
you look at I mean, Dragon Ball average sales per volume is higher than One Piece, but Dragon Ball only has how many volumes in the end? 42
42, I believe.
volumes. One Piece has 103, and therefore,
Yeah, and One Piece has been going on for long. Has been going on as a series for longer. So
so,
it's had more time.
yeah. So
No,
despite the fact that Dragon Ball's average sales per volume is 2 million higher than One Piece, One Piece's approximate sales are 200 million higher than Dragon Ball. And Dragon Ball
well,
is the closest competitor to One Piece.
to be fair, in Dragon Ball's favor, it has been out for over 2 decades longer than One Piece
It
has,
has. But that's my
and
point
it
with
is
regards to
kind
One
of a
Piece
worldwide
is
franchise. So that's
yeah.
why it has more sales per volume.
That's my point with regards to One Piece. Because again, you look at Dragon Ball, as I said, 300 million. Golgo 13, 300 million over 205 volumes starting in 1968. Detective Conan, 101 volumes, 250 million.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
One Piece has got them all beat on that basis. Meanwhile, we get back on topic. Jujutsu Kaisen started in 2018, 70 million sold over 21 volumes. It's pretty
Holy
fucking
shit.
good. It's pretty fucking
So
good.
it's on track to actually hit Demon Slayer levels. Jesus.
It is. Demon Slayer. Demon
I
Slayer
think that's at 120 million.
has two more volumes out at the moment. Obviously started 2 years earlier, but has also now ended. 150 million, 6.52 million sales per volume. Jujutsu
Damn.
Kaisen at the moment is on 3.3 million. I don't think it'll
Hmm.
quite reach Demon Slayer volumes, but so it's certainly in terms of average sales per volume. But obviously, Jujutsu Kaisen is going to go longer than Demon Slayer. So I think if it's going to catch up, it's going to do it that way. Meanwhile,
Hmm.
poor old My Hero started in 2014, 34 volumes, 65 million. It sells well.
I
It
don't
just
think
doesn't sell breakout hit well.
I don't think it quite popped off the same way that Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen did, just because the way the anime was released.
Mm. I
Because if they had done the first season the way that they did Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen, they would have ended the first season with the sports festival arc,
My Hero
which would have
my My Hero suffers from the fact that um, it was very much one of the first in that new era of shonen, because there
mm,
was this big basically gap of the big three were the only ones that sold really well in Jump. Along with Hunter x
yeah.
Hunter, but at that point it was going on its hiatuses a lot, so it was also struggling. But it was the big three, and then Bleach ended, and then Naruto ended, and then
Naruto
suddenly
ended first, actually.
I wasn't doing it in chronological order. I was just saying that they ended. Obviously, One Piece will run until the end of time, but
Could be.
obviously you suddenly have this big gap in Jump. Um, and that's when Haikyuu came in. That's when My Hero came in. That's when Black Clover came in. Um, and they were these first steps into the new generation of shonen. Um, but as a result, and at the time, Shonen Jump was really sort of struggling with deciding, how it wanted to enter this new era, because obviously we'd just come off of a global recession, basically, which to be fair
Hmm.
didn't hit Japan quite as hard as far as I know, um, but obviously it still hit. Um, and it was only until sort of this start of this new generation coming through that they've really managed to hit on um, you know digital as well as physical releases.
Mm.
But it really didn't kick off until we get into the mid 2010s, and especially considering the anime adaptation of My Hero I'm sure, must have brought attention to Shonen Jump, and it must have brought attention to Haikyuu's adaptation must have brought attention to Shonen Jump, and that that sort of thing. Just at the right time, because obviously, My Hero's anime adaptation started 2016. That was when Demon Slayer started. That was when The Promised Neverland started. So, you look at that timeline, and the likes of Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen, started at just the right time when when basically
When that was
manga
really
and
picking
anime
up.
started to become more mainstream globally.
Mm,
And that's what really happened, is that the anime adaptations took off. We know it. We know what happened with Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer was doing pretty well in Jump, but it didn't really start to sell hotcakes until
till episode 19.
Ufotable's fucking tax-free animation. Jujutsu Kaisen again.
Oh, those blessed Yoshis.
Jujutsu Kaisen again was selling, decently for that kind of series, and then the anime hit, and Mappa, and we'll talk about Mappa's production because we really need to talk about it. But obviously, Jujutsu Kaisen looked like it did, and it took off as well. Again, not necessarily in the same way as Demon Slayer, but it took off. And that's just the way that that manga and anime work. The manga will get a massive boost based on the
Holy
anime.
shit. My family is doing pretty goddamn well too.
Yeah.
9 volumes and 25 million.
Yeah.
So that's the newest big hit from Jump. That's probably only going to get a similar spike in the fall when its second core airs.
Exactly, yeah. 2.77 million sales per volume.
Which is ridiculous.
I mean, it was already a big series, and then it got that fucking anime adaptation. And we should add that it depends on the type of adaptation. Let's be real.
But
let's be real. Season 2 of Promised Neverland did nothing to help the manga sales. Actually, it might have helped the sales in the sense that everyone looked at it and went, "This is fucking garbage. Let's just read the manga." But
yep.
a bad adaptation won't result in the same amount of sales. I mean, Black Clover, as much as it started around the same time as My Hero, did not get the same sort of boost. And very clearly
Black
does
Clover
not sale.
suffered from the fact that it was a continuous adaptation, a la Naruto and One Piece, rather than being a seasonal adaptation like Hiroaka was.
Still selling very well, is my point. As I said, we do need to talk about Mappa's production. We're going to be talking. We're going to be talking a lot during this stream about the quality of the animation and the quality of the music and the quality of the voice acting and everything. We do need to point out that Mappa's working conditions are reportedly pretty shit.
This is the case with a lot of studios, if we're being fair. The only ones I know that don't really have that complaint are Ufotable and what was it?
KyoAni, I think
Kyoto Animation also has reported good working conditions.
Bones from what I've heard is not bad.
Toei also what?
Bones from what I've heard is not bad.
Yeah, Toei I've heard is also decent.
Toei is actually managing to move with the curve. What else is there? Is there any others that we can really honestly say are good? I don't think so. But yeah, Mappa.
I haven't heard anything bad about OLM.
OLM, yes, is another one that's probably pretty decent from what we've heard. But Mappa is one of the bad ones, unfortunately, and
one of the worst ones, I believe.
Yeah, the working conditions are reportedly quite dire. And we wanna make clear that when we do talk about, you know, the production, we are not ignoring that fact. And we absolutely sympathize with the poor animators that have to work there.
But we do also want to give their work recognition because they put in some damn good work.
Yeah. You know, it's frankly ridiculous that Jujutsu Kaisen didn't get the same amount of attention based on its animation that Demon Slayer did, because it is.
I think it's because it didn't have that one singular episode that got everyone's attention. It was more spread out.
Yeah, I guess so. Jujutsu Kaisen made sure that the quality was consistently high, and therefore.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not going to say it didn't have that moment, because I would absolutely argue that episode 24 is that moment.
I agree, but a lot of people didn't agree.
Yeah.
For dumb reasons.
I mean, you know, you look at, you know, fucking Nanami and Yuji versus Mahito. That was incredibly well animated. You look at the fight choreography between Yuji and Todo. And then when they go on to fight Hanami later on.
Yeah.
Anything with fucking Gojo. Fucking
look, they loved Gojo.
They adored Gojo.
It's funny because
Akutami despises him. Akutami actually despises him, and it is fucking hilarious.
Yes.
He goes out of his way to mention how much he hates Gojo.
He was happy when Gojo lost the popularity poll.
Yeah. I think he outright said in the run up to the popularity poll, "Don't vote for Gojo, vote for Nanami," or something like that.
Yep, he did. He actually said that. Yes.
Like, in his author comments, he's like, one of them was something Satoru Gojo doesn't have, probably a personality. And spoiler warning for the Shibuya arc in the manga. Now that Gojo is gone, it's looking like 2020 is going to be a good year. Oh boy, was he wrong, but...
Gojo's not dead, to be clear, but...
He's not.
We won't tell you how he's gone. It's funnier if you...
He's not in the picture anymore, and, you know, you can imagine that Akutami was just fucking rubbing his hands together when he was planning that out. Yes, I get rid of him. But yeah, so yeah, I just you know, I watched the movie just before the stream started, and you know, that was the thought that was popping up into my head. This looks gorgeous, but I also feel really bad because of knowing that the animators are, you know, they don't get paid anywhere near where they should. They don't have the time that they should to do this, and they and as a result they do face crunch, which is bad. Crunch is bad. Please, if anyone in a position of power in a video game or animation company is listening to this, it's unlikely, but I have to say it. If you're listening, crunch is bad. We will wait. We will fucking wait.
Every time a studio has actually made efforts to improve crunch, the quality of their product has improved substantially.
Like, you know, we waited for the Comey adaptation. We are willing to wait for anything. For fuck's sake, you've got people still waiting on No Game, No Life Season 2. People were waiting for Devil is a Part-Timer Season 2 until they learned what was actually going to happen in the plot. We are still fucking waiting on Bloom Season 2, and I will continue to wait as long as is necessary for it to get a good adaptation, damn it.
Same. It deserves a good and complete adaptation.
Anyway, we are 20 minutes in and we haven't actually talked about Jujutsu Kaisen 0.
We've talked about surrounding context at least.
Yes. So, if we didn't make it clear earlier, Jujutsu Kaisen 0, which was originally titled, let me just check, Tokyo Metropolitan Curse Technical School, was a 4-series or 4-chapter manga published in Jump Giga, monthly published, that once it got attention, Gege Akutami turned it into a prequel for his current series, Jujutsu Kaisen. After the popularity of the anime and the popularity of, let's be real, the Demon Slayer movie, MAPPA decided to turn it into a film.
Honestly, probably the best material to turn into a film.
Oh, absolutely. This works better. It doesn't work perfectly as a film because obviously it is still a 4-chapter series, and it's quite a bitty, quite a sort of, each chapter is sort of quite self-contained.
It's a very thin series overall too.
Yeah. But it works a lot better as a film than the Demon Slayer movie does.
Demon Slayer movie kind of suffers from the fact that it is part of an ongoing series,
yes.
And thus, like,
it is an arc in the
for the series, you're kind of fucked.
It is an arc in the series, and it feels like it, which makes it feel weird in the movie. Because it feels like it doesn't have a proper starting off point and a proper stopping point.
It just begins and it ends.
Yes.
That is not an issue with Jujutsu Kaisen 0.
No. And the good thing about this is because it was written as a prequel, obviously there's a lot of stuff that hasn't been done, hasn't been planned out. There are a lot of characters who haven't been created that get to actually be shown in the movie. We get to see Nanami's 4 black flashes. We get to see fucking Mei just crushing it. We get to see the Kyoto school students.
We don't get to see Toto's legendary rampage.
Unfortunately not. That is one of my big gripes about this movie. We didn't get enough Toto. I wanted more Toto, damn it.
Slaughter 100 spirits, damn it.
Yeah. I wanted to see him take on that fucking samurai spirit with Boogie Woogie. But the other thing it does is, again, I think Akutami had a general idea of what the backstory between Gojo and Geto was, but I don't think he actually solidified it really until the flashback arc in the actual series. And because he'd already written that, we actually get more info on that relationship in the movie. And obviously, a lot of the people watching this have already read the manga and therefore know what this past is and are invested. Some of them obsessively invested in the relationship between Gojo and Geto.
I have seen the shipping fan arts.
Oh,
there is a lot of it.
It is fucking huge.
So much.
It is fucking huge.
So much. Honestly, I think it's one of the biggest ships in the damn fandom.
Let me check.
Are you checking AO3 or FF?
AO3, of course. AO3 is the better one. Jujutsu Kaisen manga.
Correct.
Relationships. 32,421 fix. Geto Suguru / Gojo Satoru, 5,691.
So it is the biggest fandom.
Yep. The next closest is Fushiguro Megami and Itadori Yuji, 3,391.
Unsurprising, the yaoi fans dominate the shipping discourse in most shonens.
Yep. To be fair, I'm kind of on board with that with Fushiguro and Yuji if you add Nobara in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me.
Each their own and all that.
I like my OT3, damn it.
Hey, I'm not gonna stop you from shipping it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's valid.
So yeah.
Unfortunately, Yuji, Megami, and Nobara are not in this movie.
No, because
We do get some.
This is set a year before the current series.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a year to 6 months. Because it takes place over the course of about 6 months, if I recall correctly.
Give or take, yeah.
Because it's 6 and 9 months, probably closer to 9 months actually, because it starts in I believe around April, and ends December.
Correct.
So, and it follows Akatsu Yuta, who has been name dropped in the anime and actually gets a sneak cameo in the OP, second OP that is. I believe it's second OP, yeah.
As well as I believe this a very late scene in the first season. So yes. I could be wrong. But he is the absent second year.
He doesn't. Does he? No, because season 1 ends with Nobara, Yuji, and Megami being called in. I don't think he shows up.
Anyways,
but yes, he is the absent. He is the absent second year. Yeah.
Only of the 4 second years who isn't present when the story starts.
And the only second year that Megami can stand, apparently.
Look, Megami is Megami. Of course he would feel that way.
Yeah, I'm not surprised he goes towards Yuta. Because Yuta is a lot more serious than most of the second years. But yeah, it follows basically his journey from being normal wimpy kid to special grade sorcerer Yuta Akatsu. And oh boy, does it's a journey. So
it is
basically how he gets introduced to the world of Jujutsu is he had a childhood friend called Orimoto Rika, who kind of got her head crushed like a watermelon by a car.
From pretty fucking gruesome way for a kid to go out.
Yeah, but from that point onwards, Yuta was cursed by the special grade curse spirit Orimoto Rika. And let's just say that she does not take kindly to people being close to Yuta in general, but especially bullying him. For example, 4 guys try to bully Yuta at the start of the movie. They get squashed into a single locker. They survive. I'm not sure they want to.
Ouch. That is a lot of broken bones.
Yeah. It's not nice. And as a result, he ends up in basically the same situation as Yuji. Execution, being held off because Gojo says, I like this kid. So he comes to Jujutsu Tech, meets his fellow at this time first years, Maki Zenin, the cursed tool wielder, Inumaki Toge, the cursed speech user, and Panda. So,
Panda.
I love that that's a continuing gag of whenever anyone introduces Panda, they just say, "This is Panda." Okay, let's move on.
I love how Yuta is just like, hold on a second, this needs more explanation.
Yeah, Yuta is like, so I didn't get an explanation for the one that I most needed an explanation for. So, Maki and Yuta are then sent on a mission to an elementary school where two kids have been kidnapped, where they have to either find and rescue the kids or retrieve the bodies, which kind of shocks Yuta.
Mm-hmm.
We should at this point note that I'm fairly sure at this point he hasn't been given any training. Gojo basically chucked him at this problem and said, "Have fun, I'll be watching."
Yep.
I also love just like obviously, the first years are, pretty wary about a transfer student coming in. Yuta at this point is basically at the point where he's like, I kind of don't know whether I should be living right now because I'm just causing people harm. And as a result, Gojo basically takes that as carte blanche to go as extra as possible to try and lift the mood. And fails miserably. Because the minute that Yuta steps into the classroom, they can all sense Rika. And are like, holy fucking shit, what is that thing doing in here? Unfortunately, they act aggressively and do get a bit of a bonking from Rika. Not much of one, to be fair, but still a partial one.
Bonk, go to horny jail.
Yep. No, that's Panda later in the film.
That was funny.
Very funny. It's why I saw that image of Panda going, "Revelation!" And it was just like, okay, I need to take a screenshot of this and use this wherever possible. So I used it for the image for the tweet. So yeah, Yuta and Maki get sent on a mission. Maki is kind of very terse with Yuta.
Mm-hmm.
But is shocked to find out that he is classified as special grade, which is the highest of the grades. Meanwhile, Maki, because of a shitty family, is languishing at grade 4.
Which is the lowest grade.
Yeah. But they are then attacked by the cursed spirit that is in the school, and both of them are eaten. Not like that. Don't be dirty. Trapped inside the spirit's stomach, they find the two kids who are suffering the effects of being in a very curse-rich environment, and so does Maki after a couple of minutes, basically. Which leaves Yuta as the only one to be able to get them out in time. That is the first full manifestation of special grade curse spirit Orimoto Rika. And oh boy, is it a fucking mess. It is a big old fucking mess. But it is at that point that Yuta, he takes that first step forward to deciding to live his life and actually try and live. Which is it's a really good moment. It's a really well done moment. So everyone is okay. And Yuta decides that he is going to try and basically unravel Rika's curse. Though he also brings up the possibility that it is not Rika cursing him, it is Yuta cursing Rika. Which we'll get to later. That's the first chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen, of the manga. So then we get to the second chapter, where which is 3 months later, I believe. Yuta has been training, doing quite well, and he gets to go on a mission with Inumaki, who he's kind of put off by because Inumaki only speaks in rice ball fillings and is kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of has a presence to him, especially considering, Inumaki at that point, as a first year, is already grade 2. Which is a pretty big deal. They go on a mission. Inumaki shows off his cursed speech, but they get attacked by a rogue spirit, which is I believe it's mentioned afterwards that it is a semi-grade 1.
Yeah, which is really powerful.
Yeah. Basically what they're saying with that classification is only grade 1 sorcerers and special grades can deal with it. Certainly on their own, anyway. Yuta comes to the realization that Inumaki has actually been looking out for him because Inumaki, has gone through something quite similar in that he's had cursed speech since he was born and obviously couldn't control it as a child. Certainly as a young child, and accidentally cursed people. So he was, trying to make Yuta feel more comfortable, more accepted. They work together, take out the spirit, and it is shown that Geto Suguru is on the scene and has Yuta's student ID and is very, very interested in Yuta.
Mm-hmm.
Skip ahead another...
In a creepy way.
In a very... in a creepy way. Skip ahead another few months to December. And Geto shows up at Jujutsu Tech, Tokyo Jujutsu Tech. Just as Gojo and Principal Yaga are actually discussing, the possibility that he has been involved in some of these incidents. Geto shows up, tries to get Yuta's aid, which fails when Geto... It probably failed when he mentioned that he was going to kill all non-sorcerers, but it definitely failed when Geto insulted Maki. Because Geto has a complex about non-sorcerers and thinks they are monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
He backs off Yuta when Gojo and the rest of the, I believe it's semi-grade 1 and up sorcerers show up. Which, again, we don't see in the manga, because obviously Akutami hadn't created them yet. But in the film, we get to see Nanami, we get to see Mei, and we get to see Ino. In the background, just hanging out and having fun.
Yep.
Geto basically declares war and said he is going to enact a night parade of 100 demons featuring 1,000 cursed spirits for Shinjuku in Tokyo and 1,000 for Kyoto. And then promptly leaves because they got to get to a crepe shop. Which I believe is probably the end of Chapter 3 of the manga. Chapter 2 was the Inumaki stuff. Chapter 3 is the end of this, because we also get a glimpse into what Geto has been doing, which is basically gaining funds and cursed spirits. Because Geto's curse technique is cursed spirit manipulation.
Correct.
Basically, you can turn them into turn them into a ball, eat them, and then he can use that cursed spirit. Yeah, it's as weird as it sounds. Come December 24th, Geto attacks or starts his attack. Unfortunately for our heroes, it is nothing more than a feint, because what Geto actually wants is to take Rika. So while pretty much all of the Jujutsu sorcerers are dealing with the night parade, Geto heads to Tokyo Jujutsu Tech to basically kill Yuta and take Rika. Luckily, Gojo does manage to figure this out when he doesn't see Geto on the battlefield. Sends Inumaki and Panda back, though they are only able to basically stall Geto for probably a couple of minutes, I would say. Yuta arrives, seeing, because Maki also tried to fight Geto and got curb stomped, which is to be expected. Because Geto, we should point out, is so there are 4 special grade sorcerers: Gojo, Yuta, sorcerer we haven't technically met yet. We've seen her, but we haven't really met her in the anime, and Geto. So it's unsurprising that those 3 were unable to do much against him.
Yeah.
Yuta shows up, sees his friends have been bodied, and promptly loses it, and starts fighting Geto. And frankly, as the fight goes on, he picks up more and more steam, to the point where Geto basically decides, alright, I think he actually even hits Geto with a black flash at one point.
I think so. I don't recall.
Certainly in the film, he does.
Very similar.
Certainly in the film, yeah. There is that that black cursed energy that we see, that we at this point do associate with Black Flash. That's my assumption. And it basically convinces Geto to use his own special grade curse spirit, Tamamo no Mai incarnated, and his ultimate technique, Uzumaki or Maelstrom, which combines the power of his remaining 4,000 cursed spirits into one attack. Yuta basically agrees to sacrifice himself to release the limit on Rika's cursed energy. They have a beam struggle. Yuta wins.
Yeah, Geto gets bodied, and then Gojo approaches the wounded Geto as he's fleeing the scene and apparently kills him.
While all this is going on at Jujutsu Tech, the Night Parade of 100 Demons is happening. Gojo is fighting a curse user called Miguel, who has... let me just check the name of the black rope, which is able to disrupt and cancel out the effects of curse techniques, which is why he's able to... He doesn't fight Gojo. He lasts... he basically runs a hit-and-run campaign on Gojo. He stalls Gojo. Yeah, he stalls Gojo. I mean, there's a bit in the movie which, Jesus fucking Christ, Gojo beats the shit out of him. Like, Gojo is full-on pissed. And is like, just is exercising cursed spirits left and right, while also beating the ever-loving shit out of Miguel. I think that's it in Tokyo. I think everyone else is in Kyoto, where we see... no, I think Mei Mei is in Tokyo, to be fair. As we said, she fucking, bodies a bunch of cursed spirits for the money.
Mm-hmm.
In another, like we said that the animation staff love Gojo. I think they also love Mei Mei because they gave her some fucking love.
I mean, to be fair, she is quite hot, and she
Yeah,
does have a great demeanor.
yeah. She wields a big fuck off axe.
That is also fucking right.
Like that's what I love about Jujutsu Kaisen. It really does like say fuck gender norms. Because they don't have like the female sorcerers using like dainty feminine weapons.
Yeah.
Fucking Nobara wields a hammer and nails. Mai has a fucking gun. Maki wields a variety of weapons.
He uses a pole arm most of the time.
Uses a polearm most of the time, but can also use a variety of other weapons. Mei Mei has a big fuck off axe.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just love it. So yeah, then in Kyoto we get to see, as we said, we get to see Nanami's 4 black flashes, which is great. And we get to see the Kyoto students getting some fighting in, though not as much as I would have preferred. Cut back to Jujutsu Tech. Geto is gone, off to die basically. And Yuta is about to, he thinks, go with Rika when Gojo shows up. Not that the students can recognize him because he's not wearing his bandages or sunglasses for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And states that, yes, it was in fact Yuta who cursed Rika. Because Yuta, upon seeing Rika's basically corpse, wanted her not to die. And because Yuta is the ancestor of let me just check what the name is, Michizane Sugawara, who's a big name. I think is he a big name in Japanese history? Yes.
Yeah.
Sugawara no Michizane, one of the 3 great vengeful spirits of Japan. Jesus.
Mm-hmm. I believe he's of a similar stature to Tamamo no Mae and Abe no Seimei in terms of Japanese
yes
lore of magic and such.
Today revered in Shinto as the god of learning. So yeah, big name. But he is also in the series, he is the ancestor of Yuta and the ancestor of Gojo. And as a result, Yuta basically has a lot of fucking cursed energy.
Quick side note: I do like the fact that it's historical individual is shown to have multiple descendants from very different branches of their family line.
Yeah.
As opposed to in so many other pieces of fiction where it's like, no, one single line of descent, no branches.
Yeah, because certainly as much as he is a distant cousin of Gojo, he's not part of the Gojo clan.
No, that branch branched off quite a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
By all indications.
Yeah. So basically, by making his declaration at the climax of the battle with Geto, Yuta unraveled the curse he placed on Rika. And she says goodbye, moves on, and life moves forward.
Mm-hmm.
That is the movie, basically. In the film, we also get a post-credit scene where we see Yuta hanging out in certainly Africa. I'm going to place a bet on Kenya with Miguel.
That would make sense, yeah.
Because he does mention Kenyan, Miguel does mention Kenyan cuisine, so I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say they're in Kenya.
Probably.
And he is eating food there with Miguel when Gojo shows up, and that is where the scene ends. So, yeah, that is basically the synopsis of the plot. So now we get to gush about certain bits. Um,
So let me just start with the best animation of the movie during the climax, during all the fighting during the demon, the parade, as well as just that
mm,
epic beam struggle
yeah.
between Ghetto and Yuta.
Mm. Oh no, it looks stupendous. I mean, that is the point. I mean, this entire movie looks really good, but it is during that climax of the film where it looks absolutely fucking incredible. As I said, there is
Animators
a
popped the fuck off there.
you know what? Give me a second. I am going to go on to whatchamacallit, Sakagaburu, and I'm gonna get some clips. Because holy fucking shit, there are just some absolutely incredible shots.
Mm-hmm. It is just an absolute feast for the eyes
Yeah.
from minute one, basically. But the climax in particular is just absolutely fantastic.
Okay, here it is. It's, as I said, it's the fucking Gojo versus Miguel bit. It just looks so fucking good. So I'll save that video. So let's insert media source. Let's not make it visible for now. Let's add that. Okay. Where is it? Why is it? The fuck?
Is your computer being a dick right now?
It's not the
Or is
computer, it's
OBS being a
OBS
dick?
being the dick.
Yeah, OBS tends to do that.
Why is it fucking... transform... Why is it rotated? God damn it.
Oh, that is so funny.
Why did it rotate?
Eh, couldn't tell you.
Now where is... What the fuck? I... You talk while I do this.
Well, what other good? The movie has some really good comedic bits too throughout it. A lot of them are focused on, a lot of them are focused on Panda because Panda is absolutely great and
Yeah, Panda's fucking
Panda is
hilarious.
hilarious, and you will quote everything he says.
Yeah, Panda is fucking hilarious. Right, okay.
There is, of course, also just all the stuff with Yuta trying to properly interact
Inumaki.
with Inumaki and utterly failing because he doesn't understand Inumaki's language quirk yet.
Why is it not
Excuse me.
showing up?
I couldn't tell you, man.
I, I don't even know where it is. It's not showing up on the fucking screen.
Eh.
What the fuck is going on with... Okay, I'm gonna delete it and try again. I am so confused. I do not know what... This could be bad for the fucking seasonal finale stream.
Ooh,
Because this
yeah.
might be because of the fucking whatchamacallit, fucking update to OBS.
Oh, that would be shitty.
Or it could just be the fucking media file that I'm trying to use. I don't know.
Try getting a different media file then.
Yeah, it's not showing up.
Because if you
It's not showing up. Why is it not showing up?
are you trying a different media file this time?
What the fuck is up with
Try a
this?
different. That will tell you if it's the media file or not.
Downloads. It's MP4. If I check Twitch streams.
Oh, most of them are GIFs, aren't they?
No, I've been using MP4s now for a fucking while. Fairly sure I have. Yeah, I've been using MP4s. Why is this not working?
I could not tell you.
Okay, let me try something. There we go. Okay.
Figured it out?
Yeah, it wasn't working. Okay, I'm gonna pause this. I want to get it in the proper position. It wasn't working apparently because I was saying hide the fucking source when it comes in, which is dumb. Should still work. Stupid fucking technology. Stupid fucking OBS not knowing when to leave well enough alone.
Look, we all know that computers are fucking arcane things that we will never fully comprehend.
Let me just do that so that we can see. Okay. Play. This is a minute and 5 seconds long. To point out, it is so hard. It is so hard to do animation that certainly punches and hits that look that quick and yet still hit with impact. Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time you have to choose between either hits that look like they are heavy and strong, or hits that look like they are fast and have that speed blur to them.
Yeah.
It's hard to get both hard hitting and fast moving hits and make them look convincing. Because all too often they look weightless when you try to make them too fast.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find Mei. Good. I've found Mei.
Oh, Mei.
I'm conscious of not doing too much, so I think I will do at most probably 1 or 2 more clips.
Make the next one the climax one then.
Okay.
The beam struggle, if you can.
Let's do that. Yeah, this just looks great. As I said, they really
wielding a big fuck off axe.
Yeah. They obviously don't, fucking slack off for, Nanami and the Kyoto students or anything like that, but it is not as good as with Mei. It is not as good as with Mei.
Look, she's got an axe with hard hits and a body that won't quit. And they recognize that.
So I think this, maybe? No. This?
Yeah, you can almost always tell whenever animators have a particular favorite character by how much attention that they give to that character.
Yeah.
When it comes to animating them. Either the animators or the director. Because sometimes it's just the director saying like, oh yeah, get real nice close-up shots of this person's personality. Yeah.
All right, last clip. It's another minute-long one. So again, I am, wary of pushing the copyright bots too far. But this is the climax. Reasonable. This is the climax of the movie. This is Rika fully awakening.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Gato at that point is beaten the fuck up.
Oh yeah, he's got his shit kicked in by basically everyone he's fought against.
As I said, I am almost certain that this is still spectacular. World Trigger, actually.
I was gonna say Dragon Ball Super Broly, but yeah, that works too.
I haven't watched Broly for a while, so I can't really remember. But World Trigger has
Broly is just really well animated all around, so...
Yeah, but the World Trigger has a scene where one of the characters drops what is basically the Treon equivalent of a nuke on a mall, and it is so fucking hilarious. Because there are people running away, just going, basically, if they were allowed to swear, they would be going, shit, 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 this is so unfair! We can't get away! Anyway, so yeah, also, in terms of animation, I want to talk about, Maki's first fight scene where she takes out 3 cursed spirits, and it's so wonderfully fluid.
Yeah, it's also so really quick to show you both how competent she is and just how just to show the skill that goes into slaying a cursed spirit.
To show that she is no slouch, so that when she is warped later on multiple times, it really shows an impact.
Unfortunately, I wish she did get warped a bit less, if I'm being honest. Fortunately, the main manga makes up for that quite a bit.
Yeah, I was about to say, at least we're getting Maki content in spades now.
Oh, I fucking love what Akutami did with Maki in the main manga.
Yeah.
I will not spoil it for anyone who hasn't gotten there yet, but let's just say she is an absolute beast.
Oh yeah. So, what else was that? So yeah, that was really fluid. We are gonna. I just want to point out now. We are gonna be basically talking a lot about basically cool moments rather than necessarily character arcs and themes. Basically because Akutami has outright said he didn't plan any themes. He just wanted to write cool shit.
What? Relatable.
Yeah, which living the fucking dream.
Look, it doesn't make for the most thematically coherent story, but goddamn if that isn't like every author's dream, basically.
I mean,
just whatever the fuck they wanted. Damn what anyone else says about it.
And I should actually point out that as much as I'm saying that it's mostly just cool shit, I think Yuta actually does go through a really nice arc.
Yeah, it's a really neat character arc about just accepting his own grief and feelings of failure. And, as well as just understanding that he is worthy of living.
And it's not the most it's not the most complex of character arcs. It is almost as basic as you come. Like, I was actually thinking about it as I was watching it. It's pretty much just your standard hero's journey.
Kind
of Yuta's faced with a dilemma early on. He decides to, take that step forward, and that is a really powerful scene. That is one of the more powerful scenes of the narrative, I would say. Is Yuta taking that step forward while he's got the 2 kids and Maki on his back. Because that's
you got the call to action, the hero's first step, all that stuff.
And that the difficulty he's having taking that step because of the physical strain he's under is the metaphor for the mental strain he faced to take this first step forward. He decides to accept the call to action, keeps going, keeps growing stronger, and he is faced with, that same dilemma at the end of the film. Would it be better if he died? Would it be better if he wasn't alive? And, he comes to the conclusion that no, he wants to live. He wants to keep having good times with his friend and his sensei.
Oh, hey, Oda, what are you doing here? Look, I can't not comment on it.
Yeah. But as I said, it's a simple character arc, but it's a very effective one.
Oh yeah, no,
Very effective one.
It's a very easy one to milk a lot of powerful themes and emotions from.
Yeah.
Especially if it's executed well.
Mm.
Like, it is really hard to have a character come to the decision that they are done looking for a way to die and they will embrace the fact that they actually want to live.
Yeah.
It's really hard to fuck that up.
Mm.
And if you do it badly, it's hard. It's a really easy way, if done effectively, to make people cry.
Yeah. And I didn't quite reach the point of crying, but I did actually find myself getting quite emotional, despite having I've read the manga probably a good 2, 3, 4 times now. I can't exactly remember. It's certainly more than 2, actually. I'm going to say it's probably closer to 3 or 4. And I did watch the movie when it came out. I've was watching it for the second time today, and I'll probably watch it again. I want to actually watch it with my family and see what they think of it, because I genuinely do think this is a very good movie.
Yeah,
I think
and it works well on its own too,
yeah.
which is a very important thing.
Oh, absolutely. Like, there is, again, because it was written as a standalone, in the dialogue already there are these explanations for for grades, for cursed energy, for cursed techniques, and all that stuff already built into the dialogue. The one thing I would say that they don't do is, you don't get the same level of introduction to characters, because, they are assuming if you're watching this, you have watched the anime or read the manga, and therefore know who these characters are.
I mean, you don't need to be introduced to all the characters, though, because they do work effectively as, oh, these are also other sorcerers who are fighting on the side of, let's not let all the spirits overwhelm everybody. Thank you very much.
When I say introduce the characters, I don't even necessarily mean their personalities. I more mean their names.
Yeah, exactly.
Because let's be real, we don't. I think Kajichi's name is said a couple of times. Nanami's is said maybe once. Meimei's is never said. The Kyoto students, to be fair, I think most of them do get their names said. I think the only ones who don't are Miwa does. I think Mekamaru does. Todo does. Does Mai?
Probably.
And to be fair, I think Kamo does, actually. I think the only one who doesn't is Momo, actually. Come to think of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Momo name drops Mai, but I don't think the other it happens the other way around.
I can't remember exactly, which, says something about my memory having just watched it. To be fair, I wasn't trying to remember it because I didn't think it would be that important. But whatever. But the point is, they assume you know these characters' names already. Is the point. Which, fine, fair. And they're probably right. The vast majority of people watching this will have watched the anime, will have read the manga, and the ones who don't are probably gonna have somebody next to them going, "Oh my god, this is this scene. This is so good. I can't wait for you to watch this scene," sort of thing. Like, they're gonna have a fan alongside them. But yeah, I think pacing wise, again, it's because of the sort of self-contained natures of chapter 1 and 2. It does feel a bit bitty, a bit vignette-y for the first sort of 45 minutes to an hour. Once they hit that climax, it's paced perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, it just feels right, and it feels good. And it, brings up an interesting point for the anime, because obviously we have, a year later, or 6 months or so later, we have seen Gato again. He's got his arm back, and he's got scars on his forehead, or stitches on his forehead.
Yes, I wonder about that.
Yeah, so it's created an intriguing mystery on that front.
Because there's gonna be a lot of people who watch the movie and then watch the anime and are like, wait, I thought Gojo killed him.
Does Gojo kill him, or does he just die?
We see Gojo approach him in the alley, and we hear a knife being used.
Fair enough.
We don't see it happen. We just hear the sound effect.
Tell you what, we also, on the reverse, what we see but don't hear is Gojo's last words to Gato, which is driving people fucking mad.
Especially the fucking shippers, of course. Shocking no one.
What makes things worse is that apparently Yuichi Nakamura, who is the VA for Gojo, and Takahiro Sakurai, who is the VA for Gato, know what Gojo said, and they aren't fucking telling.
Why would they? It's funnier this way.
Yeah, they're both kind of trolls. Speaking of trolls, I love how fucking extra Gato is. Like, you can absolutely tell why he and Gojo were friends. Because they are both just so fucking over the top.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just so incredibly, like, chewing the scenery. And it's great. I mean, I do want to talk about, the voice acting, because Megumi Ogata as Yuta does such a good fucking job.
Oh, Megumi Ogata is a great voice actor.
Yeah, I absolutely adore Megumi Ogata. They are one of my favorite
they absolutely
VAs.
kill it.
And you definitely get vibes of Hanako-kun when during the flashbacks to Yuta and Rika having fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. Get that a little bit.
Like when Yuta is young and actually happy.
Yeah.
Which doesn't last long, unfortunately.
I was gonna say.
But yeah, there's just with when we talked about Jujutsu Kaisen series or season 1, we mentioned the fact that it's a dark series, and Zero doesn't change that, but it's also got some great fucking comedy.
Honestly, most dark series kind of need good comedy to work properly.
Yeah, it's kind of why I feel like series like Attack on Titan fail.
Attack on Titan does have humor, but it's very sparse.
Yeah, it's not good humor either. But
I like a couple of
yeah. I think the best gags is Panda takes note of how Maki is now treating Yuta, and instantly assumes that there is a romantic connection there. Pulls Yuta aside, is like, Yuta, do you like big boobs or small boobs? And he was like, why are you asking me this now? I guess medium-sized? And Panda's like, Maki, you have a chance! Oh, I love Panda so much.
In most series, Maki would just somehow over here and teleport over and beat the shit out of Panda. But no, it's actually kind of funnier this way.
I mean, Maki still beats the shit out of Panda.
Oh, she does, but in a different context.
Yeah. And that continues throughout the movie after that point as well. Like whenever Maki and Yuta are talking, Panda is just in the background, like, "Oh, this is great." Meanwhile, Inumaki is just standing there watching Rome burn and enjoying himself.
Mm-hmm. All Inumaki has to do is just say rice ball ingredients and watch his teammates beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah. There's also obviously when we do see the Kyoto scene, we see Toto come in, acting like a badass. It's like, we gotta finish this now. You think, oh, wait, is it because, you want to, keep damage to a minimum? You want to stop people from getting hurt? Takada-chan is on a talk show at 8 p.m. and I'm not missing it. Nope, Choto's still a dumbass. Toto is and forever will be a dumbass.
A wonderful dumbass, but a simpy dumbass nonetheless.
Also, I'm looking at the dubcast. This is
Mill. Would you say that Toto is a himbo?
Yes. 100% a himbo. He meets all the criteria. He really does. He looks great. What is the shorthand of it? Let me search it.
It is pure of heart, dumb of ass, hot of bod.
Yep, that is Toto to a fucking T.
With an additional qualifier of drinking respect women juice.
And he absolutely fucking does that.
Mm-hmm.
Kind, beefy, and stupid. That is Toto.
Yep.
Like I would say the kind aspect is where he's closest to falling off, but he's a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like he does actually try and treat people well, and he's like, no, you're not killing Yuji. Fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
He is my brother.
Brother.
Oh, I love him so much.
That whole sequence will never cease to make me laugh.
No, it's hilarious. But yeah, I'm just looking at the dub cast list, and I didn't realize this. Amber Lee Connors is Mei, so Android 18 in DBZA.
Oh damn!
Yeah, that's a perfect fucking voice for her. That is actually perfect. Now, if we are going to talk about the dubcast, and we can't talk about it much, I have watched some of the main series dubbed, but I haven't watched the movie dubbed. To be honest, the dub is not bad. I would like to make that very clear, but I do absolutely prefer the sub. But we do have to talk about the fact that Crunchyroll really fucking shortchanged the dub VAs.
Yeah, I mean they also do a shit. They also pay their translators
and production staff. Yeah, they pay them shittily. But to be specific, Aniris Quinones, who voices Rika, who obviously, says a decent amount during the film, was only paid $150.
That's fucked up.
No residuals, no bonuses based on how well the film did in theaters. $150 flat rate. And that
it was an hourly rate and she knocked it out in like 3 hours. That's one thing, but like, that's fucked.
Yeah, no, it's awful. It is actually awful. And Crunchyroll / Sony / Funny, whatever you want to call them, are rightfully coming under or getting a lot of flack right now because they are refusing they're refusing to even. So basically, what's happened is obviously Mob Psycho season 3 is coming up, but the voice actor, the voice actor for Mob, Kyle McCarley, has since joined SAG-AFTRA. SAG-AFTRA.
SAG-AFTRA.
Which is, the actors union. And Crunchyroll very explicitly tends not to employ union actors because they don't have a contract with them.
I wonder why.
Kyle McCarley was willing to work on a non-union basis to voice Mob because he loves the character and he loves voicing the character. If Crunchyroll would just sit down with him and sit down with representatives from the union and discuss the possibility of creating a union contract for dubs.
They didn't even ask for a firm commitment to a union contract. They
just a discussion.
Just a meeting.
Just a meeting is the hashtag that's going around, and Crunchyroll refused and would rather recast Mob. And it's ridiculous.
Again, it's ridiculous and also just really fucking stupid.
Because,
not even getting into the optics of that decision.
Yeah.
Making that kind of decision is just, very short-sighted.
Mm.
You're alienating a fairly well-liked voice actor for no good reason, and also, creating a very, very visible possible rift with a lot of other voice actors who are both well-regarded and very skilled, and for no reason other than we don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
But it's probably a really fucking stupid reason or a very awful reason.
Yeah. And I am gonna bring it up again in 2 weeks when we do the anime finale stream. So but this is entirely a Crunchyroll /Sony /funny issue. This is on them. And I'd like to also reiterate that, we give Netflix a lot of shit for how they do their anime. Netflix has a dubbing agreement, has a contract with SAG-AFTRA.
And they somehow managed to get Giancarlo fucking Esposito on an anime dub.
That is pretty fucking wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm basing this off something that Ben Diskin, who is a voice actor, has said. Back in 2019, Netflix approached SAG-AFTRA to form a Netflix agreement, which included the Netflix dubbing agreement. They recently finished negotiations for a new agreement, which includes improvements such as dubbing actors will be paid for a minimum of 3 hours of work. Dubbing actors will have vocally stressful sessions for Netflix and other Netflix dubs capped at 2 hours and paid with a 25% premium. And also importantly, dubbing actors for Spanish dubs will be paid on par with English-speaking dubs.
That's good. That's very good.
Yeah. Sony, Funny, Crunchy, whatever you want to call them, can do this. They can do the same thing. They make enough money.
Sony money now. Of course they can do it.
They make enough money to do it. They're just doing it because they're cheap.
And cowards.
Yeah. And frankly, at the end of the day, this is only going to end up one way. They are eventually gonna cave to this pressure.
They're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they lose face.
They don't just lose face; they lose
are more
money.
important in business than reputation.
It's not even just necessarily losing face; they lose money. People are canceling their subscriptions.
Yep. And if there's one thing more important than reputation in business, it's money.
Yeah. But again, we have gotten off topic.
I mean, it's still tangentially related.
It is, yes.
Yeah, I do feel like Jujutsu Kaisen Zero was the perfect thing to adapt into a movie, as said earlier, because it's effectively so standalone while still having plenty of continuity and plenty of stuff from the main manga that could be retroactively worked into the adaptation.
Yeah.
Like, really pitch perfect choice for a movie for an ongoing manga. Not a lot of other manga have that opportunity or or can really do that.
Yeah.
Honestly, like One Piece, Naruto, a lot of the other big ones, they're perpetually ongoing. Do not have any prequel material or anything like that to work with. So they kind of get stuck with non-canon movies. Whereas stuff like Demon Slayer is like, okay, we're going to adapt this one small arc into a movie, and then we're going to readapt it into a TV miniseries about 10 months later.
Yeah.
Cracks me up.
That was the other fucking dumb thing about that movie is that they, went through the trouble of making it a movie and then fucking released it on TV again.
I mean, at least they added a prequel episode with Rengoku to flesh him out a bit more, but still
fucking
that's like
dumb.
20 extra minutes of material.
Yeah, it's still dumb.
Yeah.
What else is there to really discuss with regards to Zero? I mean, we haven't really gone into depth about the Inumaki stuff, which again was really nice. And again, you get to see Inumaki's curse technique in action, which is fucking ridiculous. If a very double-edged sword. But again, it's that really nice moment when they're hiding from the cursed spirit, and Inumaki, his throat is fucked. He's just basically screwed his finger back into place after getting a backlash. Ouch. And he's basically going, stay here, I'm going to take care of it. And it's then that Yuta realizes, how much of a good guy that Inumaki is and how much he's been, doing to try and make Yuta feel comfortable. And that's when they, decide, no, we're going to do this together. Again, it's a really nicely animated scene where Yuta, distracts the cursed spirit using Rika's presence and manages to get Inumaki's throat medicine to him. At which point, Inumaki tells the cursed spirit to, I believe, get crushed.
Yes. I believe he pulls a similar thing on Geto later on in the movie.
He does, yeah.
I
think he says plummet rather than get crushed.
Right. He makes a huge ass sinkhole.
Yeah. And yeah,
but he does crush the cursed spirits.
Yeah. It's really
knocks Geto in the sinkhole.
Yeah. It's really nice to get to see I think the rationale maybe for not showing Maki's portion of the fight with Geto is that it meant that each of the 3 other first years got a chance to show off their stuff. Because obviously Maki got the first incident, Inumaki got the second one, and then that third one, it was mostly Panda fighting Geto.
Yeah, Inumaki only got that one attack off, and then he was just fucking down for the count.
So maybe that's their rationale. They wanted to split that time up evenly.
Possibly.
Also, given what we know, it's likely that the Gato and Maki stuff was a complete curb stomp.
I mean, given what short work he made of Panda and Maki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how tough he was against Yuta. He's not a special grade for no reason.
Speaking of which, I think Yuta versus Geto is the only duel we've seen between special grades of the series. Because we haven't seen a proper clash between Gojo and Geto.
No.
And we haven't seen Yuta or Yuki clash with any others.
Technically, no.
I see what you're doing there.
Technically, no, we haven't. Which, people will find out, end of Shibuya.
But yeah, no. This is the one and only proper clash we've seen between special grade sorcerers.
Yeah. And, it lives up to the hype. Because we also get to see basically effectively what Yuta's curse technique is. Copy.
Yeah.
He fucking forms a megaphone with the ability to use curse speech. And he tells a bunch of spirits to just die.
Yep.
He just says, Shine, and they die.
Yeah, he doesn't even really take much damage to his throat either, unlike Inumaki.
I don't think he really takes any damage. I think the point is that the megaphone protects him. I think it's maybe a case of the megaphone takes the damage because it obviously did, it crumbled away. I would imagine that counts as cursed energy lost for him. Because Yuta basically said the only difficulty he really had was the fact that he couldn't really focus it and target it very well. And that's why he was like, wow, Inumaki is fantastic. And he is. We love our rice ball filling boy. Even if he did, his design did look a bit more like Yuji in this period of the story.
Oh yeah, I remember that Akutami mentioned having to change his haircut a little bit.
Akutami did lampshade the fact that Yuta and Inumaki's designs here are very similar to Megami and Yuji's respectively in the main series.
Yep.
So Yuta does in the main series does also have a change of haircut. Yuta also shows off reversed cursed healing, reverse curse technique.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's a really good scene when he does that, and Rika is jealous of Maki, and you get that steel from Yuta because again, you look at where he was at the start of the movie. He is, Maki outright says, "You got bullied a lot, didn't you? I can tell. I would probably bully you too."
He does have that shy boy personality and look to him, yeah.
Yeah. But by the end, he has got some true fucking steel in him. And that, again, that scene where he goes, do not harm her. Handle her more carefully than you would a butterfly or a flower. And then he makes sure to reassure Rika that, no, he's not mad. No, he doesn't hate her. But now we're going to take this guy down.
Hell yeah.
Again, Yuta has quickly become one of my favorite characters in the series. Like, I really enjoy him because, you don't get it as much in the in this portion of the plot as you do the main series has so far. But, again, Yuta seems normal, But deep down, he is as feral as any of them.
I mean, that's the whole thing. They're all feral
They're all
dumbasses.
fucking insane, yeah, but Yuta just hides it really well.
Welcome to the life of a shonen main character.
But yeah, no, Yuta is fucking feral, and I love him for it.
Yeah, it's great.
Uh, but yeah, this is a really good movie. I'm not sure how much we actually have left to say, honestly.
I mean, it's not a lot of material, to be honest.
It's
it is only a movie.
The movie is an hour and 44 minutes. And that's with, you know, expanded scenes
on the main material.
On the main material,
plus,
yeah.
Plus the after credits stuff. Yeah.
I mean, I guess I can say,
like,
I mean, yeah, we talked a little bit about the voice acting. We've talked a lot about the animation. Script was very good. So good for Hiroshi Seko on that one. Direction, as always, was great, as we now expect from Song Hoo Park. Soundtrack, I've heard some people say that the Jujutsu Kaisen soundtrack isn't amazing. It's just sort of there. I massively disagree. Like I 100% love the Jujutsu Kaisen soundtrack, and it is just as good here. The theme song is performed by King Nu, who did the first OP for Ranking of Kings.
That one's a good one.
Song is Ichizu, which is really fucking good. I really like that song. I have bought it. I'm basically just gonna start going through some little stuff on in the production section of the Jujutsu Kaisen Zero wiki. Apparently, Ogata's name was mentioned as an example of an actor close to what Akutami wanted for Yuta, which was neutral, soft, and kind, and there is also a big emotional swing in head. And basically, Park and the rest of the staff basically went, "Yeah, let's go for fucking Megami Ogata then." Yuichi Nakamura just had fucking fun doing the Gojo gags.
Shocker.
Yeah. What else was there? Apparently, the staff didn't want to give Gojo and Gato stuff too much screen time, so as to not distract from
the actual main plot.
From Yuta's narrative, basically. They also, made sure to add in Nanami's Black Flashes and the fight scene between Gojo and Miguel. Oh, that's interesting. The director, Park, originally wanted to do the Zero stuff in the first 3 episodes of the anime.
I'm kind of glad that they didn't do that. Works better as a standalone movie.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm actually gonna go into this. Rika's backstory is very interesting. So, Rika's mother died suddenly when she was 5 from unknown causes. 2 days before Rika was supposed to go to elementary school, Rika and her father got lost while mountain climbing. A week later, Rika was found alone and rescued by a shelter near the summit. Her father was never found, and his death was never confirmed. She was then sent to the hospital where she met Yuta, who was being treated for pneumonia. Rika sometimes manipulates adults. Rika's grandmother from her father's side took her in. She strongly believes that Rika killed both of her parents.
Yikes.
And Rika stole the ring that she gave to Yuta from her grandmother's dresser. It was her mother's wedding ring. It's a very, very interesting backstory for,
It only gets lightly addressed in the movie.
Yeah. And, it does become clear why she attaches herself so closely to Yuta. Obviously been, through a traumatic event in that sense. Meets up with this kid in the hospital, and, is probably at that point the only good part of her life. Which makes it also, a fucking shame that she gets her fucking head crushed.
Yeah. Always tragic ends for such brilliant young ones sometimes.
I suppose we can also go into a bit more about Yuta and Maki's relationship. Because we've alluded to it a little bit with talking about the jokes that Panda made. But there is definitely a connection there. Especially just before Gato shows up, when Maki reveals to Yuta that she can't see cursed energy, and she's been kicked out of her family, and she wants to become a grade 1 sorcerer to basically shove it in the faces of her family. And Yuta goes, "Wow, you are incredible. I wish I was more like you."
Which is really a nice sentiment.
It's a really nice sentiment, especially considering, we know a little bit about Maki's backstory from the main series. We get more of it here, where in front of Maki, the other members of the other younger members of the clan are outright told, never become like Maki. Never be like Maki. She is treated as, scum and not somebody to aspire to. And for Yuta, who, it's very much implied that, Maki has a lot of respect for Yuta at this point. They are definitely close. All 4 of the first years are close, but there is a definite sense of respect that Maki has for Yuta. For Yuta to say that really, really hits Maki where it hurts. I've also just remembered another gag, which is when Geisho first arrives at Jujutsu Tech to make his declaration of war. Maki, Panda, and Maki are like, "You better leave, or else Yuta-san is really gonna take you to the cleaners on orders of Yuta-san." And Yuta's like, "What? Why? What? Why am I the boss?" Yuta also does the black shiny eye look very well as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yuji does it a few times in the main series as well, but Yuta does it really well here. It really fits him.
Oh, back to Geto real quick.
Mm.
We could talk a little bit about his introductory scene in the movie because it is a really good establishing character scene.
It
Kind of
is.
show
Yeah.
what his philosophy is and what he's capable of.
It's sort of, it's not impossible to talk about that and Gato without talking about, so obviously we are both caught up on the manga, and therefore we have seen. I don't think it's spoilers to say that there is a flashback arc coming, which goes into Gato and Gojo's backstory. And as a result, we have that knowledge of, Gato.
And his motivations
and his
for why
motivations,
he
yes.
does.
As I said,
but
it's not
his
impossible.
introductory
It's
scene in the
difficult.
movie does a very good job of highlighting his philosophy without going too deeply into what exactly it is that pushed him to take that philosophy.
I mean, we do get those hints when I think it's Mimiko and Nanako are talking about why they're following Gato.
Yeah, but that's only a hint, really.
Yeah, it's for the people who have read the manga and have read that arc, it we know exactly what it's about. For the people who haven't, it implies
it's a treat for later.
It implies some stuff, but you aren't 100% sure what happened. I would imagine anyway.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't go into the specifics at all. It's kept to vagaries.
Mm. You get the base amount of details that you can figure out from the few shots you get. So yeah, it is a really interesting thing because obviously two regular people, one of which has been cursed, comes to Gato to have the curse removed. He does so while keeping a pleasant facade for the most part. He does show his true colors a little bit when he's like, "No, you're not Saito, you're Sato, because I say so." So we do get a little bit of that, but it's once they leave that he shows his outright disdain for them, to the point where he actually sprays himself with disinfectant. It's like, I don't want this monkey
really
smell.
hates vanilla humans.
Yeah. We also see that he is, very clearly not against killing people. He kills one of his financial backers because they hadn't been providing enough money for him. Quite gruesomely as well. He gets his face torn apart.
Yeah.
Well, I say torn apart, stretched apart. Like, he has some cursed spirits basically sucking his skin up and pulling it away. It is quite
horrifying.
Bad. It is quite bad, yeah. But we also, Gato clearly cares about, the other curse users with him. He calls them his family. If I had to classify Gato, I would say he's probably the well-intentioned extremist.
More of a Knight Templar, I think.
Knight Templar with well-intentioned extremist, because at the end of the day, his intentions are good, and we can't really talk too much about it because it'll be going into spoilers.
Yeah, going into detail is spoilers, but from what he says, it's a bit more Darwinistic than well-intentioned.
Again, we can't discuss this without going into spoilers. So we'll just have to wait for the anime to cover it, and that should be happening soon. Because we have got the key visual for season 2. Fuck it. We've pretty much run out of things to say for the movie, so we might as well just talk a little bit about Jujutsu Kaisen season 2.
When's that coming out again? Is it spring or winter of next year?
I don't think
Or do we
there's.
not know?
I don't think there's been a official date announced. Um, Maybe not yet. Anyway, there might have been, honestly, because there was supposed to be some info um, coming out this today. I think it was actually.
Hmm.
Let me just go to transform. Open that up. So 725 417 417 size 470 683. Right, and show. So yeah, so we're getting the flashback arc up first, and it is because that is the student designs of Gato on the right, Gojo in the middle, and Ieri in the end.
Yep.
You can also see again, for manga readers, there is a character in the background who is part of the arc, and the very interesting interpretation that I have seen is that the fingers are Toji's as he is scouting them out.
Oh yeah, I can. The fingers in the foreground, right?
Yeah, the fingers in the foreground in the top left.
Mm-hmm.
Which obviously we're probably never going to get confirmation or anything about that, but it's a very, very interesting little fan theory that I quite enjoy. Let me just scroll down to the Jujutsu Kaisen topic on Twitter to see if we've gotten that info. Just seeing some Nobara fan art that I'm gonna like. There is very little Nobara fan art that I won't like.
Mm-hmm.
Right, nothing on Twitter, so let's see.
Yeah, I'm not sure if season 2 will be 1 core or 2 core. Probably 2 core. And if it is 2 core, it will almost certainly cover Shibuya after the flashback arc.
Yeah.
And Shibuya is one hell of an arc, let me tell you.
So yeah, it's supposed to be announced today in Japan. I'm not. Yeah, I don't think they've gone to it yet.
Probably not.
Because it's it's the Toho Animation 10th anniversary stage event. But as I said, I don't think if they've gotten to they've even started yet. They haven't gone to Jujutsu Kaisen. I mean, it is, if I just go on my clock app, it is only 10 a.m. over there, so it'll probably come somewhere within the next 12 hours, basically.
Yeah, it'll be nice to get more info on season 2.
Speaking of anime info, we got a lot this morning as well.
A lot of news over the past day or so.
Because of the Aniplex event, I think it was.
Aniplex, yeah. So, new Fate anime, of course. There's also season 2 announcements galore. Trying to look at where they are.
So, let's see.
Bunny Girl Senpai sequel.
So I'm just going through in order. We got information about the Nier Automata anime that's going to start January 2023. I'm looking forward to that, but I'm also dreading it because obviously game adaptations are not great. That said,
it is a series by all indications.
That said, apparently Yoko Taro is involved in it and has apparently been trying to cut a lot of it. like cut a lot of shit, and apparently the anime staff would be like, "No, no, Taro-sama, please don't do this. Don't cut this out. We need this."
This sounds exactly like Akutami trying to cut out Gojo from the anime of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
I don't think that actually happened, but it'd be hilarious if it did.
Oh, you just hate him. Misfit of Demon Academy Season 2 Call 1 begins January 2023.
So it's split core, naturally.
Yep. Got more news. Got no more news about the Marshall adaptations. Will be done by A1 Pictures. Ugh, I hate Marshall. As you said, the Fate Strange Fake has been announced for December 31st.
Looks like it's an OVA.
Apparently, from what I've heard, it's a Netflix dub.
Ooh.
And it's like it's been done like really well. Like the VAs have been paid really well. So.
Oh yeah, no. Netflix does really well with its dubs.
Yeah.
They're pretty consistently very good.
Yeah. My Love Story with Yamada-kun at level 999 for 2023, done by Madhouse. Ayakashi Triangle has gotten a second teaser. That's going to start January 2023. Eisen Flugel was announced. Whatever that is. And yeah, Rascal... the Rascal series, or the Rascal Does Not Dream series, has got new anime in some shape or form, which did lead me to loudly cry, "Why is everything from fall 2018 getting a sequel except Bloom Into You?"
Maybe because working on it. You don't know.
Unfortunately, I don't think they are, because I looked them up. Give me a second, just pull them up. Unfortunately, so the director for Bloom is Makoto Kato. Since then, they did the Case Files of Lord Elmloy II.
Yep.
In summer 2019. But they have currently down to do a series called Atri My Dear Moments, which doesn't have a current release date.
Interesting.
It is based on a visual novel.
And it looks like the only anime that is that Troika is planning to do next is a ninja one for next season. And no, they're doing two. They're also doing Idolish 7.
They're never gonna stop doing fucking Idolish.
It's a big money maker.
It is.
Idol shows are always money makers.
I was also having a look at the staff list in general for Bloom. So the script and series compositor Juki Hanada did the script and series composition for Bocchi. Did the series composition for Granbelm. Weirdly enough, also did the script and series composition for Space Fisher Waifus. No, sorry. No, I'm misreading that completely. Sorry. No, it's fucking A Place Further Than the Universe.
Yeah. Oh, also Makoto Kato. It looks like his most recent work has been Fanfare of Adolescence. Doesn't have anything in the pipeline.
Yeah, he did. What's the director for that? Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing in his pipeline that I can see from Mal, anyways.
As said, it's on the Troika wiki page. I mean, I can check on Mal to see. Yeah, it's not showing up yet, but apparently that's been announced. Yeah. Visual novel Artery My Dear Moments gets TV anime. Makoto Kato is directing the anime at animation studio Troika. Juki Hanada is in charge of the series composition again. It's the Bloom staff, unfortunately.
Damn. So we're gonna have to wait until at least another year before we even get a chance to hear about more Bloom.
Yeah. It's really upsetting. It's really upsetting for me.
I want the second season, damn it.
Yeah. Well. At least we have the manga.
Yep, the manga's fucking good.
Yeah.
Same with Jujutsu Kaisen. Also good manga. You should read it if you're too impatient to actually watch the TV and to wait for the next season of the TV anime.
Oh, I'm thinking about voice actors again. I've just remembered. So, Mimiko and Nanako are voiced by Rise Matsuda and Satsumi Matsuda, respectively, who are twins.
Are they sisters?
They are twin sisters.
Oh, wow.
They are also the twin
That's
sisters who voiced the Sawadas in Kageki Shoujo.
Oh, nice. Good for them.
They also, and this is something we didn't mention at the time, which I absolutely adore, they also voiced, so Rise voiced 2 and Satsumi voiced 2. They voiced the heads of Hydra in Miss Kuroitsu-san. So Rise voiced the first and third heads of the Hydra, and Satsumi voiced the second and fourth.
Nice.
Which is just like, again, I wish we'd known that, you know, when we were talking about Kuroitsu-san. That's just like a really cool little bit. Anyway, yeah, I mean, we all, in terms of voice acting for Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, we shouted out Megumi Ogata. Kana Hanazawa as Rika was really good. All the returning cast members, you know, did a really good job. Oh, I need to shout out fucking Takaya Kuroda as Yaga, because twice he just goes full force. God damn. And it's so fucking funny. It's so fucking funny.
I also do like Koichi Yamadera as Miguel.
As Miguel,
he's a genuine treat too.
Yeah.
Oh, he's Beerus. I forgot he's Beerus.
And obviously, we get some Kenjiro Suda.
You're gonna have to learn to live with the fact that he exists.
Honestly, at this point, it's mostly put on. It's mostly just to play along with the joke. I've had enough of a break from him, to be fair. He's not been in a lot of stuff that I've watched, and a lot of the stuff that he has been in has been, you know, roles that play to his strengths. Because that's the issue, is when he was playing roles that really didn't play to his strengths. I also quite recently rewatched the scene in Apari Ranman where Gil reveals himself. And it's still so fucking good. Kenjiro Suda is so good in that because he just adds so much fucking menace to it. Like, he controls that. He controls that scene, and it's great. Anyway,
he really is.
Yeah,
Kenjiro Suda does menace really well.
Yeah, you know, he's very good at menacing. He's very good at menacing. That is where I cannot fault him. I cannot fault him for menacing. Is when he tries to do emotional that I cannot buy him.
I mean, he does rage really well.
Like, again, the example that I give is when he tried to give the emotional pep talk to the main character in Special 7. It just didn't work because he sounded bored. Okay? He just sounded bored. Anyway, oh, that was another little cameo that I really liked to see. We got to see Nita.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
I like Nita. I like seeing her. So yeah, I think we've just about run out of things to say for for Jujutsu Kaisen 0. All we can say is it is a very, very good film. One we definitely enjoy. And, you know, we are absolutely looking forward to where the Jujutsu Kaisen anime goes next. Hopefully, MAPPA won't, you know, shit on its animators too much for it. And we'll pay them more, we hope. But we may have to take the bad on this one. But yeah, it is available on Crunchyroll, though, you know, I don't blame anyone at this stage who does not want to sub to Crunchyroll. Like, it is absolutely a valid choice not to do it because they are acting really shittily at the moment. But if you do still have a Crunchyroll sub or will be getting one, it's on Crunchyroll there. It's got a bunch of dubs as well, so...
If you don't feel like paying Crunchyroll, though, there's always following Luffy's dream and becoming king of the pirates.
Yeah.
I don't normally advocate for that, but if a business is being shitty, you are not obligated to support them.
The other thing you can obviously do, the manga in its entirety, including Volume 0, is on Viz, who, you know, haven't heard many bad things about, though I am quite annoyed at them right now. I will say that. Because I fucking... I hate what they've done with their website.
Yeah, but that's a petty thing. It's not something worth getting worked up over.
No, I'm getting worked up over it, damn it. Because they're only showing 8 fucking series on the main page. And you have to go to a secondary page to see all of them. But the issue is, they're being very slow in actually showing and actually updating, you know, the latest chapters on that secondary page. They've uploaded the chapters fine, so if you go to the series, you can, you know, click on the new chapter, and they do, you know, they do show off the they do update the latest chapter on that first page, whether you can only see 8, but you can only see 8, and I have more than 8 series.
So
I'm having to, you know, fucking go in and out of series pages to get to the new chapter. And yes, it's petty, it's minor, it's first world problems, but I'm still fucking annoyed, okay? 20 minutes it takes them to fucking upload that secondary page. Or update it. 20 minutes. More than 20 minutes, actually. I think it was between 20 and 30 minutes last week, which is dumb. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. So, we should end. So, thank you, everybody, for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed us rambling on and on. In terms of future stuff, tomorrow we will be doing more D&D. We should be entering, or at the very least getting close to the Centralis Underground. Tuesday, we should be returning to Persona 4 Golden. And the Hall of Forest. Oh, I'm not looking forward to it. Thursday will be Ace Attorney. We are in the middle of the final case of the final game of the trilogy. Shaping up to be a good one. It's very fun playing as Edgeworth.
Hell yeah.
And then next Saturday, again, we had something different planned for today, which didn't end up coming off because of an unavailability. So we were meant to do this next week. We will see if we can maybe just swap them around and we can do next week's topic on Saturday, but it very much depends on the person in question. If not, we'll figure something out. If push comes to shove, we can either do a Persona stream or we can do a tier list. We have suggested doing a Dragon Age character tier list.
We just have to find a good one because Tier Maker can be really shitty when it comes to tier lists sometimes.
Yep. Quality is not consistent.
Nope.
And we have rather been spoiled by that A Song of Ice and Fire's character one.
Yeah, because it had the fucking names. Why don't more of them have names?
Anyway, again, thank you everybody for watching. Please do give us a follow here on Twitch and on Twitter at storytime_net. And otherwise, we hope to see you tomorrow for more D&D. Good night.
Later.